First of all, this is a good destination for the Polynesian culture because they have a lot of family here in the state of Utah.
Polynesian kids, for me in recruiting, goes back to when I played. You know, for me, it's a vitally important part of our program. It's one of our 4 main areas. When we talk about it, it's recruit the state of Utah, it's have Polynesian players on this team, have a quality walk-on program, and have a quality mission program. I mean, that's how we recruit. And that's not my idea, that's Coach McBride's idea, that's Lavelle Edwards' idea way back when.
It's the tough love, you know, and family-oriented, how family-oriented we are, and the tough love we get growing up. You know, you did one thing wrong and you heard it, you felt it, and it made you want to do better because you didn't want that to happen again the next time you played. So, you know, our parents, they put us into sports for a better life. You know, we all came here to our grandparents and whatnot. They all, you know, journeyed to America for a better life for us. And some of our parents think that football is the way to get into school, you know, and that's the biggest part. You know, football, you know, that's a big picture, yeah, but the biggest picture is school. You go play football, but you're in there for school. You go to class, you get your degree, come home with your degree. If you don't make it to the league, at least you got your degree. And that's the poly culture that's what we want. You know, is for our sons and our daughters to excel in life and, you know, come home with that degree.
Come on, finish us out right. Ready?
As a kid growing up, football was the ticket out of, you know, ticket to have a free education. So a lot of the Polynesian kids, their mindset is, you know, sports is my opportunity. Especially in sports like football, rugby. You're starting to see a little bit of Polynesians playing baseball, very few Polynesians in basketball. Yeah, it doesn't fit our body type. So my honest opinion is that football just fits our culture. You know, we're brutes. You know, a lot of our people are big, strong. And you grow up, I don't know what it is. I grew up wanting to play football just like my dad, and you know, you want to go to the NFL. That was really my only goal in life, was to just make it to the highest level, and which was good at the time. But if I could go back, I would teach Polynesian kids to use football to get what you want in life. Right now, they think football is life. A lot of Polynesians, they just grow up, they think football is it, and that's going to pay for their life the rest of their, you know, they're going to live their life playing football, which is not true, you know. But to me personally, sports is all we have. You know, it's our quickest opportunity to get a free education and make money from it, you know.
Our ancestors were warriors, right? I think Troy Polamalu said it best. He said, we are natural warriors. So football just became easy for us. But again, football was just our way out. Right, a way out for our families, a way out for us to get a better life, education, and making sure that there was food on the table later on in life. And it has opened up a lot of gates for us as people. Obviously, it's tough being Polynesian. You're raised tough with your father, and, you know, very old school ways. They teach you at a young age how to work, and teach you at a young age how to respect women and respect your elders. And those traits carried on for us for a long time. You talk about coming together as a group. Polynesians are very, very different in that way, because once you see one, you're already bonded somehow, some way. We feel like we're all related. You know, we can say that. And it's because we all come from the same background. If you think about somebody who's looks like you, that was raised the same way, right? And that your ancestors come back all the way back to the same roots, you're going to be close somehow. And that's how we are as together. As same here at Utah State, Utah and BYU. I mean, obviously I know everybody down in South, but there's just something about seeing another Polynesian. It's very different.
You know, for me, it's toughness, it's family, it's belief, It's them being in a position that they can handle being coached hard. You know, I'm an old school guy, and I believe in, you know, coaching them hard, pushing them hard, hugging them up hard, being there with them. And the Polynesian culture is so much of a family influence, but you have to earn your way into that family. You don't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to recruit Polynesian kids. It's not going to work. You have to earn the trust through the families, and it takes years to be able to get that. And the success of those young men as they continue to go through the program that we have, and they have success, it goes down to the next family and to the next family and to the next family. And, you know, jokingly many times say, well, they're all related. Well, you know, lots of Polynesian kids are related, and they consider themselves family very, very deeply, deeply, deeply into their roots. And if you do one side wrong one time, you're out of that family. But if you push them hard and you take care of them, you care for them, those parents and those families are going to expect that, and they're going to respect that. And that's what I love about that. Now, as far as you talk and having the Polynesian kids on the team, they bring that exact same feeling to the team, in my opinion. Toughness, a family-oriented group. They want to be around their brothers. They want to be part of their brothers, and they'll be part of that brotherhood forever with their own team. And it's infectious. It's very important to me, and I think it's very important to all the kids on this football team, because they know what that can bring to a football team. And you know what? They're usually pretty big and pretty strong, which helps.
You know, a lot of us, I'm a very competitive guy, you know, and I know a lot of polys, you know, we don't like losing, you know, we don't like being the bottom guy, and I think that's what helps us, you know, get into sports and stuff, or what makes us get into sports is just, you know, we have something, you know, besides the physicality, we all just want to be out there and, you know, have some fun. It's fun to us, and, you know, polys, we just big competitive people, and we just embrace that blessing that we have, I feel. So.
The poly culture is definitely growing. You know, it was big in the West Coast, Midwest, and now it's extending towards the East Coast. You know, you see teams over there like, okay, there's a poly over there. You know, Tua, you know, he's over there doing big things, opening the gates for so many, you know, poly kids out there. And it's something that teams like to have. You know, they like to have, you know, we walk out and do the little pregame warm up, you know, with our little haka or whatnot. But, you know, the teams love it. They're all in for it. And that's what the big part about it is. You know, the teams taking that poly culture in and being able to accept it so that, you know, you can go somewhere from there.
I mean, now you're talking about 22, 24, you know, around that range here at Utah State. And then back then there was only maybe 2 coaches on staff. Here there's 5, right? It just grows. Back then it didn't help me because there really wasn't a Polynesian culture here yet. But the big one was just Al Apwaho, right? My little brother that came here, who I consider a little brother. So when he got here, it made the difference, because it made it a lot easier, I should say.
Man, to have these boys next to me, I love it, because we all, you know, we all come from the same background. Some of us grew up differently, but we all have the same roots. You know, we all believe in the same thing, and it's kind of welcoming, because when I transferred here, I came from school. We only had about 2 or 3 Polynesian guys on the team, and it was all right. You know, I didn't really complain. But when I transferred here, I noticed what I was missing was just another, you know, brotherhood, another set of brothers that I have. You know, besides the team, somebody that I can. You know, a lot of the boys I could just talk to, and, you know, if they need help, I'm there. If I need help, I know they're there. So, to me, it's comforting, you know. And then there's nobody else I'd rather work with than the poly boys, you know, because they're just like my brothers, you know, like that I grew up with, and, you know, those are the guys that you kind of want to see shine too, because, you know, we all know where we came from, and that little island, you know, those islands in the South Pacific. To do something well, to do something that'll, you know, help us progress in life. You know, it's very cool, and I like to see the other Polynesian boys do the same as well.
Education is first, and that'll take you further in life. And to actually use the education that you get. So Coach A now, we have the program Beyond Football. When I was playing here, the biggest sell people were giving was, hey, we'll get you a degree, blah, 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 blah. Well, I got my degree and did, my first job, I was working at a gym, selling memberships. And nothing wrong with that. I was, that was in between football and whatnot, but I didn't know how to do my resume, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know how to, apply for jobs and all these things. And so Beyond Football is teaching our kids that, which is good for the Polynesian community. But like I said, I have a lot of younger brothers. And so I always carry that with me. I always try to be a good, I always carry myself like, hey, what if my youngest brother too, he's watching you? Or now that I have a son, what if he's watching you? With, trying to hold myself accountable, having some integrity. But yes, it's very, 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 I do carry that along with, but I know people sometimes when I go back home, I went to my little brother's football game. He's a gremlin. He's 8 years old, little kids playing, big old helmets. And, a lot of people I grew up with come like, hey man, blah, 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 man, congrats. They keep pushing, blah, 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 and so I do carry that. It's motivating, it's always, there's guys that looking up to me or, wish they were in my shoes, and little do they know it's a lot of pressure. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I definitely do carry that with me. Always trying to hold myself accountable. If somebody's watching, specifically my little brothers.